Now let's take a look at workflow and ownership within IMA. The process starts with the vendor. They initiate the item setup in IMA. They'll use their data sync provider to sync information over, and then they'll go in and retrieve those items from their new item task list and put it on a new item grid and complete a few more fields and then approve. If they're creating cartons that have to be built manually, then they will build those cartons manually and then approve through the workflow. From there, it goes to the merchant role. They'll validate the vendor's entries, add some merchant and IST specific fields, such as retail price, core item number for our Sears items, planning ID, KSN attributes, and more. And then once they approve, it will go to our inventory analyst role. The inventory analyst will validate vital information such as tier group. They'll also add inventory-specific fields, such as season code, reorder instructions, forecast options, DC-related fields, and other business-specific required fields. Once it gets passed through the inventory analyst role, it will end up in the supply chain role. This row validates the merchandise as shipping through the most cost-effective DC tier for DC items. This role includes transportation logistics and return logistics. Now this is actually a partially manual, partially automated role. If an item comes through the supply chain role, and let's say it's a small package, but it weighs maybe 60 pounds, something like that is going to get flagged by the system. At that point, it would have to be reviewed by an actual person before it would pass on through the supply chain role. Once it passes through the supply chain role, it's going to go on to some additional roles that are system automated. Hold state runs a set of checks on the items, and in this role, the items wait to update the open item database. Now, a lot of times when you do a quick search for an item to see where it might be in the workflow process, you may see that it's in hold state. Don't just automatically reach out to the help desk. Be patient. It can take a couple of hours or sometimes even overnight for an item to pass through hold state. That's normal. Now, if you come back the next day and you do a quick search for the item and you see that it's still in hold state, at that point, you should reach out to the help desk because there's something holding the item up. Once it passes through hold state, it goes to the bridging role. Now for our Kmart items, it's going to go through bridging very quickly and go straight to operational. Our Sears items is going to kind of take some time within the bridging role. A second set of checks is run, and this is also where all of the information for the Sears item, such as from the core tab, gets exported to our core legacy system. So just like hold state, Sears items are going to take some time to get through the bridging role. It may be a few hours or it could be overnight. So again, be patient. And once it finally gets through bridging, the item is going to be operational. And at that point, inventory will be able to place orders for the product. Now there is a video link up here on the right. You can also find it in the Vendor University on the Vendor University channel, and it's a video that goes over the workflow process. So you may want to take some time to review that video. You can also enter the link that you see at the top right of your page. Alright, quick knowledge check. True or false? Items will be available for ordering immediately after I approve them through the vendor role. This is false. Items will not be available for ordering until it has been approved through each of the roles within IMA and is operational. So just because you've approved it through the vendor role, it will still need to pass through all of the other roles before it can be ordered.